We welcome you to Hope Field and Gardiner, proud home of the Gardiner Tigers, as Munsing Media Sports brings you high school field hockey, a big one here tonight, as the Lawrence Bulldogs come in undefeated to take on the once defeated Gardiner Tigers. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob Munsing, joined here by the coach, Mo McNally. We get her for the big tilt tonight with her great expertise in field hockey. And Chris Wheeler is doing our camera here from Hope Field in Gardiner. Well, Coach McNally, we look forward to this one early on when it came available for us, and the season has played itself out so that this is a giant game.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Rob. We knew this was coming. This is a premier game in Class B tonight. Lawrence comes in at number 1 in B North. As you said, undefeated at 11-0. Gardiner comes in at number 4 in B North, and they're 9-2. So this is a huge, huge game for B North for points, for establishment with tournament coming up. And let's take a look at Lawrence here for a second. Lawrence comes in, they've scored 57 goals, and they've only allowed 3. That's 57, folks. And they've only allowed 3, and they've got 8 shutouts. They have Erskine and Winslow left after this particular game. But they're scoring big. I mean, they scored 6 on Coney, 8 on Morse, 7 on Oceanside, 7 on Coney the second time.
Those are football scores.
7 on Winslow. They score in bunches and they score big. And when we take a look at those kids that are scoring offensively, we're going to take a look at Maddie Niles, who's got 22 goals and 9 assists on the season. Ashton Stewart has 10 goals and 4 assists on this season. And Elise Higgins has 10 goals and 10 assists on the season. But the premier player for Lawrence seems to be the KVC Player of the Year last year, Hope Bouchard at center mid. She controls the midfield for Lawrence and has been a premier player for the last couple years. Defensively, Coach tells us to take a look at Taylor LeClaire at right mid, Addie Battis at left mid, and Lexi Moran and Jasmine Johnson at both backs. And she also comes in with Gabby Nickerson at goalkeeper, who has only 33 saves. So hopefully God will get their offense going, put some shots on Gabby and keep her honest. The other team we look at tonight is our favorite. Gardiner comes in at number 4. They've scored 44 goals, nothing wrong with that, and only 8 allowed with 7 shutouts. And as we said, they're 9-2. Offensively, we take a look at Bree Smith.
Okay, Coach, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we want to get the senior activities. We'll come back. We'll take a look at Gardiner. But we got some special stuff coming up here for senior night. We're going to try to mic everybody up and see what happens. Sorry, Coach.
No problem.
Well, I guess if we'd known they were going to walk off the field.
Okay.
The first thing we're doing is a check presentation. So
Seniors.
let me know when you see like Coach Durant.
So why don't we wait a little bit until they go completely live, so we're not getting some of the directions that we are currently hearing. So this was a kind of a last minute thing. Looks like we're going to get a check presentation down here. So Chris is going to give you a look at that. That's Nate Stubbart down there. It looks like he's going to accept the check. I wonder if this has to do with the Drive Out Cancer Challenge, Coach McNally.
You know, I think Coach Gallant said that at the beginning. I do believe it's a check given to the Alphonse Center as a result of the Drive Out Cancer game.
That's a tremendous thing.
Absolutely.
We were here that night. That was the Coney game it turned out to be.
As we've said before, Rob, I mean, that's just a great game for everyone. It shows the kids playing that there's more to the game than the things that happen on the field. It's just a great opportunity for kids to be part of their community. It's just a premier game, and it's played all over in all sports, all over the state.
Well, it looks like we got a minute or two, Coach. If you want to continue to talk about the Tigers a little bit until the wireless mics go live. Whoop, I guess we're going live, Coach. Never fails.
Field hockey senior night. Before we recognize our seniors, I would like to draw your attention to midfield, where Coach Sharon Gallant will present a check in the amount of $1,800 to Sarah Callagher from Maine General Health, which was raised during the Drive Out Cancer fundraiser.
And of course, our Coach McNally started, that was part of the cooperative effort between the Coney Rams back in the day.
Yeah, it was Krista Meyer Chase came to me early on, and we had both been affected by cancer in our families, and she thought it was a great idea, and I just fell in love with it. And we played that game out for a number of years until I retired, and Sharon has kept it going with Coney. So it's a great game, a great opportunity for the kids.
Well, it's tremendous learning experience. You know, Coach, we old coaches have always talked about that the fields and the courts and the rinks and everything to do with athletics is nothing but an extension of the classroom, and this is one of the things that proves it. So let's go down to Coach Sharon Gallant, and she will introduce her seniors.
It's blinking red.
So what we let's take Coach's mic offline. When we have her separately mic'd, and she is also mic'd for the presentation of the senior award. So we'll see what happens. Coach Stubbett fixed it.
It's now blinking green.
It's a good thing I'm not down. They've been colorblind. I have no idea what it would be.
Good evening and welcome to Hope Field for Senior Day at today's KVAC Class B field hockey game between the Lawrence Bulldogs and our own Gardiner Tigers. Before we recognize our own players, we would like to congratulate the following seniors from Lawrence on their successes and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. As I read your name, please come forward to receive a small token of our congratulatory wishes. Alice Higgins. Hope Bouchard.
Well, this is very classy.
Absolutely.
Alana Battis.
Probably give him a little tiger.
Taylor Leclerc. Jasmine Johnson. Elizabeth Crommett. Mackenzie Netto. Ashton Stewart. Peyton Godwin. Lexi Moran. And Gabby Nickerson.
That's a senior laden team over there.
At this time, the Gardiner Field Hockey team and coaching staff would like to recognize and thank the parents of our seniors for the many sacrifices you have made to ensure the successful seasons. You know, things like all those hours of washing dirty clothes, rides to and from practice, manning the snack shack, and of course, dinner on all the away games, especially the pasta salad. There are a few of the behind-the-scenes things that have made these 4 years so much fun. A sincere thank you to all of you. And now to my senior girl. These 8 special seniors have come to exemplify all that sport should be. Their dedication,
I apologize
their
for this.
hard work,
We have two
unselfishness, and
microphones
commitment to
going
each other.
down there, and they're phasing
This
out.
group of very special athletes have left indelible and irreplaceable marks over their 4 years in high school. While this year is like no other, as we bounce from grass practice to turf practice, they have continued to strive to bring tradition and pride to Gardiner field hockey. Turn the page. And while there have been many great times with this bunch, it is the intangibles, their zany sense of humor, their intelligence, their sassy one-liners, and a true dedication to each other is what I will remember most about you. So, please help us thank the following seniors and their parents. First up is Megan Gallagher. Megan is meeting her parents, Allison and Ron, and her brother Casey at Midfield. Meg is planning on going to college to study radiologic technology. Her favorite field hockey memory is getting close to her teammates and gaining a second family. Meg would like to thank her parents for coming and supporting her in this sport, and to Coach Glant and Coach Dyer for making her the player she is today. Congratulations, Meg. Next is McKenna Johnson. Big Mac is meeting her mom, Nancy. Unfortunately, her dad is unable to attend, but we will be watching via Munzing Media. Get well soon, Mike. And her brother, Ryan, and our drive-out cancer Grammy Delane, are here with her. McKenna is planning on attending KVCC to also study radiology. Her favorite field hockey memory is the relationship she has formed with the team and the jam sessions on the bus rides to away games. She also loves the constant bickering with Coach Dyer. I'm supposed to insert a rolly eye emoji here. Her message to her team is to do your job, trust your teammates, have fun, and no matter what, don't lose the boot. She wants to thank her mom and parents for preparing the best after-game meals and dedicating their time to making sure that we don't get hangry, AKA Maddie. Oh, and Coach Glant, thanks for convincing me to play. Big Mac, I was the winner in that deal. Savannah Brown. Sav is joined by her mother, Stacy, her sister and teammate, Emily, and her grandma and grandfather, Christine and David. Sav will be attending UMA next year to major in business and play basketball. I know this is a surprise, but her favorite memory is getting the boot back, as their game-winning goal was the reason that the boot came back to Gardiner. She leaves her love of the sport to her sister, Emily, and her number 8 to wear in honor of their papa. Cassidy Clark. Cassidy is meeting her mom, Jess, and dad, Colin, and brother, Henry. She plans to study marine biology at a 4-year college next year. Her favorite memory is being named player of the game in last year's drive-out cancer game and getting the boot back in this year's Coney game. Her message to her team is to always play your hardest, encourage your teammates, and try to make the best of any situation you are given. But most important, have fun. Addison Carter. Addie is meeting her mom. Happy birthday, Deb. Someone said you're 52, but I don't believe. And her dad, Jamie. Her plan for next year is to go to EMCC and study medical radiography. Her favorite hockey memory is scoring a goal in the Kona game and getting the boot back. Her message to her team is no matter how much you hate running the hills, in the moment be grateful because you're not doing a circuit. Rayleigh Gilbert. Ray is meeting her mom, Amy, and her dad, Chris. Her brother, Trafton, and her grandparents, best grandparents' names ever, Moppy and Buddy, are also here. Next year, Ray will be attending Franklin Pierce, where she'll be studying criminal justice and playing softball. Her favorite field hockey memory is beating Coney in the drive-out cancer game. She would like to thank her teammates for bringing her in as a transfer student and making her feel at home. She would also like to thank Coach Glant and Coach Abby for always believing in her and breaking all those bad habits. She also wants to say a big thank you to her parents and grandparents for always being at all of her games and supporting her in everything she does. And Brindley Chasen, next year you get the #1 jersey. Captain Maddie Blaze. Maddie is joined tonight by her mom, Sarah, and her dad, Eric, and her sister, Maggie. She plans to attend UNE next year to study pharmacy. Her favorite memory is also getting the boot back from Coney after a long time. Her message to her team is to always remember to work your hardest every second of every game because it really is over and done before you blink. Make the most of your time on your field and with your teammates. And a special thank you to her family for their unconditional support and encouragement on and off the field. She wouldn't be the player she is today without you. Captain Devin Deuster, being met by her mom, Christine, her stepdad, Dustin, and her favorite sister, Jasmine. She wants to go to college for radiology, but is undecided as to where she's going. Her favorite field hockey memory is bringing the boot back from Coney for the first time since she's been in high school. Her message to her team is to never let your 4 years of high school go to waste. Play every game like it's your last. Give it your all in every game. You got to want to win, so do everything in your power for your team. No one is perfect, she says, but you have no regrets. She hopes some of you love the game as much as she did, and that she wants you to know how much she will miss you. Lastly, to all the moms and dads who followed us, you've been cheering her on for 4 years, and she wants you to know that you've all become an important part of her life. On behalf of the 2021 field hockey team, myself and Coach Dyer, we would like to wish these amazing young women the very best in their future endeavors. And remember, near or far, home or away, there's always a place on my bench.
Well, I bet you're a little proud sitting watching this, Coach McNally, as you've got a part of what has been presented here tonight.
Oh, this is just, it's wonderful to watch this stuff, and it's wonderful to hear about all these kids. Lawrence is senior laden, and so is Gardiner, but to see what these kids have done and what are going to continue to do is just, it's fun to watch. And to see Sharon out there, and Abby, you had Abby as well, to see those two out there making presentations is heartwarming for me, certainly.
So we're going to get, I don't know whether we're going to continue warm-up. Sometimes they do that, or we'll just perhaps get on with the game. We do want to show you something that could be into consideration here tonight as we come across. Remember the last football game that we did here? If you're watching Tiger football, we noticed we went off the air because the power surged here. When it surged, it apparently fried some of those lights. I think we ended that game with, what, 2 or 3 lights is all. And now there's nothing going on up there at all. So they brought in this little portable bank of lights, you can see, run by generator to try to light that into the field. Now, obviously, they aren't as high or not as powerful, but they will shed some light on that end of the field. But that field, that side of the field is a little darker. You'll see it at home better than the kids will here, because our camera's seeing the dark really, really well. They're very set up for low light. So let's get back. We didn't finish talking about Gardiner and the success of their season here, Coach.
You know, as I said, I'll reiterate just a couple things. Gardiner comes in number 4 in B North. They've scored 44 goals this season, which is absolutely excellent. They've allowed 8, and they've got 7 shutouts. They come in at 9-2. They've got 2 games left after this one with Coney and one with Levitt, both worth a lot of points. Offensively, they look to Bree Smith, who's got 13 goals and 5 assists, and Dewey Clary's got 5 goals and 2 assists. As we said, there's 8 seniors on this team that Coach Gallant's gonna hate to lose. Defensively, again, we're gonna look at that battle with Dewey Clary and Hope Bouchard in midfield. Hope Bouchard for Lawrence. Maddie Blaze has got 4 goal stops on the end line for Gardiner, and Cassidy Clark in goal has done a tremendous job for Gardiner, but has got her hands full tonight, Rob.
So we'll have the national anthem. And then we'll be on to it. fix the scoreboard, I had Tiger football because that's the last one we had. We'll change that. We'll get our scoreboard up. I moved that to the top, fans, because I think it's out of the way at the top a little bit. Football, we put it down the bottom, but for soccer and field hockey, we put it up top. And I think that works a little bit better. Want to join all our fans in? We've got a pretty good, robust group of folks tuned in tonight, both Lawrence fans and Gardiner fans and neutral fans, I'm sure, Coach, as you said, you know, field hockey folks are getting a look at two of the premier teams here in Central Maine, maybe statewide as well, and
Oh, I think you're right,
a chance to showcase the game. The first, well, second game. We did a game earlier this year. We did the Coney game. Second game, we're done here at the New Hope Field. We want to thank our field sponsors for sure. Pine State Trading, Coots Brothers, the Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation, Black Diamond Consultants, Steve McGee Construction, Mainex Earthwork, EJP, G&E Roofing, Kennebec Savings Bank, and Darlings. They're the reasons that we're playing this game tonight, because it rained here during our soccer game we had this afternoon. We had a great soccer game on earlier this afternoon, a 1-1 tie. It ended up Halldale Monmouth, and it rained during that game. Actually, we had some electrical issues because water and electricity, as Ben Franklin taught us back in the 1700s, is not a good mix, and it blipped us off. So
I was talking to Nate Stubbert before the game about exactly that. Would we be playing this game if it was down on our old field behind the school? And chances are not good.
Well, you would have been playing during the rain, Coach, you know,
exactly, and in
it'd
the
have been
water.
splash, taking a bath. Well, thanks for joining us here tonight. We're excited for this one. Fantastic. Lawrence undefeated as they come in. All the Lawrence fans, we welcome them in that couldn't get down here tonight to be in person, and may have heard they started spreading the word that we'd be doing the game. So fantastic.
As you mentioned, Rob, there'll be coaches all over the state, and especially in Class B, all around, taking a look at this broadcast tonight.
Oh, my God, Coach, don't put the pressure on me. You know,
you're going to have to say dispensation several times.
Dispossessed and aerial and all those other words you taught me, Coach. So Gilbert will start things off, and she'll drop it down in the Lawrence zone.
What a nice addition Riley Gilbert spent to Gardiner,
Yeah,
too.
and I heard she's going to Franklin Pierce to play softball. Ooh-wee, we already got a pretty good softball team.
Yes, we do.
So
yes, we do.
What an addition she'll be. I used to like those kids that transferred in. They made me a very smart coach many times. I'd get smarter as they walked into the guidance office to sign up for classes. So Tigers on the attack here early on. Maddie Blaze trying to make the play right down below us. Higgins with it. Higgins can't get by. Some pretty good defense for the Tigers, but field position now here. And the big hit. Nice block there by the Tigers, and they'll take it off to the side. Dispossessed there. Lawrence trying to spin into the circle. They do. The shot in front, and Clark will let it go wide. Cassidy Clark, the senior. We saw her in last year's games that we did, but she's been the go-to keeper here.
Oh, she's been steady all season. Coaches
getting better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good things to say about her.
Well, there's your turf play right there.
Ball does travel faster and a lot truer.
Tigers will swoop in on it. Bree Smith. Coach McNally told you about Bree. She's one of the goal scorer, premier goal scorers for the Tigers. Across the way. Lawrence looking to get possession right in front of the Tigers bench. Better go over the Tigers. Feeling out process right now. This is a high score. What'd you say the goal differential was, Coach, coming in, and for people that joined us late?
Lawrence has scored 57. Gardiner has scored 44. Both high-powered offenses. Lawrence has got a little bit of an edge there, and they've spread their goals out amongst 3 or 4 players too. And we'll see a pretty game tonight, I'm sure. Both teams are going to play wide. Defenses are going to be split up. It's not going to be a game down the middle like we've seen sometimes before. This is going to be a good, I'm assuming, going to be a real good passing game. We'll see some good offense. once these teams get inside the 25, you're going to see them looking to get the ball into the circle as quickly as possible and open up some offensive opportunities.
Lawrence with the hit. Intercepted there. Stewart throws it right side here to Higgins. Higgins almost was able to get the shot off. Tigers on the attack here. It's going to roll out. Tigers ball. The Tigers dodge one right there as Higgins almost had it teed up.
The Gardiner's going to have to watch both wings. They're going to have to make sure that they pick up their marks inside the 25 and keep those wings. Both wings are capable of sending good, hard entry balls into the circle. So those wings are going to have to be marked.
Bree Smith with it. Tries to get it ahead. She does. Open spot on the wing.
That's been a good combination for Gardiner, too.
Yes.
Addie Carter picking it up from Bree Smith has been a good combination.
In front, Tigers.
Ooh, there it is.
Got the goal, the first goal of the game. I think Gabby Sousa's going to get an assist on that. I think Gabby made the pass in through, the through pass.
I think you're right, Coach. And was it was Addie Carter that picked it up, huh?
So Carter with the goal. Yeah, I'm going to play it out high here. You're going to see Sousa's the one that's going to feed the ball back through. Watch it right here. There's Sousa with it. She finds a clear path on the through ball. And there you see the tip-in. So Tigers strike first. We don't have the stat, but I'm not sure how many times the Lawrence Bulldogs have been behind this season, Coach.
I can't imagine they've been behind many at all. They've only been scored on 3 times.
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's the 4th goal. So Tigers take the 1-0
That's always
lead.
good to start with a 1-0 lead. And you're right, Gabby Seuss is a premier defensive ball player in the midfield. Very strong, very good passing skills.
You saw it there because she threaded it through a bevy of blue shirts. Was able to connect up there with Carter for the goal. So Tigers early on. Heidi Sperling watching says, "Go Tigers." Heidi, a handful of the great ones here that played field hockey here at Gardiner High School, went on to star at the collegiate level at the University of Maine.
Oh, no question. Heidi's one of the best. One of the best athletes to come out of here. Played midfield here at Gardiner for a number of years, then went on to the University of Maine, captained that team up there, had a great career up there, and beyond that, it's just a great kid. Not a kid anymore, Rob.
No, they're always kids. We get 60-year-old kids.
My first 62.
My first student athletes are retiring now.
Oh,
here comes the first penalty corner of the game. Tigers. That got more turf, but it's in front. And just went wide. That was a good opportunity on the penalty corner for the Tigers. So Tigers pressing the issue. We're tied into the score clock here, so our time is official. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am that I don't have to run the clock as well as do replays and do play-by-play and make sure the ads go out and all that. But we're tickled to be here tonight. This is a good one. Little dark down there to see. Clark's going to kick it out. I wonder if that's going to factor in at all, Mo, down in that area. Probably the players can see better than we can, so
absolutely,
they'll be all right. Tigers clear it wide, trying to get it cleared out. Can't. What it makes difficult to do is to see any of the uniform numbers across that way there. So
I think that was Ashton Stewart for Lawrence. Had some pretty nifty stick work coming into the edge of the circle there. But Gardner's stepping up, playing defense, and playing defense very well.
Well, you're talking about multi-sport athlete that Heidi Sperling was. The Lawrence field hockey team's got a multi-sport athlete in Hope Bouchard. She's a terrific student athlete for the Bulldogs.
She comes with a great resume of field hockey, I'll tell you that, Rob. A lot of people are looking at her. She's playing great hockey this year and played very good hockey last year. As we said in the beginning, she was the player of the year last year for KVC.
Nice entry pass there. And they'll have to bring it back a little bit. They do. I'm not sure what the violation was there, but I thought it might have been a...
Pretty sure it was a 5-yard.
Yeah, 5-yard, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gardiner's got to back up. They've got to make the motions to back up 5 yards on that, so I'm assuming that that was what the call was.
So they'll give the corner opportunity here. We'll zoom in on it, give you a little bit better view. It comes the insert outside. And Sousa came in and laid a little lumber, actually, a little body check there, which is not kosher.
Yeah.
I think it was again on Stewart, so
She's
Stewart's had a roll.
She's not
looks
one
like
I'd want to run
Higgins.
into either.
Higgins going across for the insert. I was able to see her number as she turned her back. So Higgins going to insert. Comes the drive. It's a bomb. And wide.
Was that Bouchard? I think that was Bouchard that took that shot from the top. And that, yeah, it was a good shot. First shot on goal for them.
Yeah, it was Bouchard on the bomb. A Bouchard bomb. A little tricky dribble in the circle. Spin around. Higgins looking to get it in front. Can she? Yeah, got it deflected. She still got it. Higgins with some good stick work, and now the Tigers will give up a third, almost consecutive corner.
I think Maddie Blaze picked one up on the goal line right behind Cassidy Clark on that initial shot, too. So another save on the goal line for Maddie Blaze.
Higgins to insert. She does. Back to Higgins. She's going to cross it. Clark's out. Trying to get some feet on it. It's in front, and somebody with a great play there. Let's see who that was coming out the back end for the Tigers. Saved the goal.
Dewey Clary, I think, Coach.
It was
I think you're
Dewey.
absolutely right.
That's going to be dangerous. So Dewey with a great play there. Win the first, 5:50. Tigers lead, ooh. But goes into a dead area, so play on, ladies. See if the Tigers can convert this into an offensive thrust there. Now it's going to be dispossessed and rolled out. Tigers will circle the wagons and get it back. Trying to connect with Bree Smith. They did. That was Taryn Nichols. Nichols stays in the fray, does a good job.
Taryn's a sophomore, playing like a senior, has been all season. Very steady at where she is. She's got good stick work, plays tight defense, got good speed, plays certainly a lot more mature than a sophomore.
Stewart got the pass from Higgins. Now she's off. They'll have to go back and reset. To Higgins. Higgins throws it in front. Tigers with a good defensive play there. We'll see who made that play. That might be Nichols again. No, it wasn't. It was Gilbert with a good play defensively. Got the stick right down low, Coach, and blocked it.
Exactly. Exactly. We should see, once the balls are in the defensive circles on either end, we should see teams marking up, playing basically, in basketball terms, man-to-man defense. If they mark up tight, we'll see interceptions. And as Gilbert just did, picking up an errant ball and coming out. They've got to play tight inside the circle.
Well, Tigers are going to look to change field, and Gilbert will drill it up through. Connected there with Brown, Emily Brown in the game. It was good for the Tigers to get Savvy Brown back. Savvy's been out, Coach, but she's back in playing tonight. And it's a good timing for Savvy to come back in.
Absolutely. Appendicitis, I understand, from her mom.
Speaking of appendicitis, one of your former players, I'll mention in a minute when we get less of a threat.
Nice cross ball.
Thrown in front. That was Higgins, who's been very active. Jamie Medore's in for getting her appendix out. Must be appendix week. They must
No
be having a
kidding.
special on it up
I
there.
just saw her at Halldale
Yeah.
the other day, right before the game we broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Yeah,
kidding.
just
Wow.
heard that today up at Halldale. So, Jamie, if you're
jeez.
watching this game, get better soon.
Absolutely.
Comes out on the insert. Tigers attack it with Sousa.
Tough
The
shot.
shot knocked down in front. Tigers are being very protective towards Cassidy Clark here tonight. They've blocked several so far, and some of them were labeled. Higgins. And now Tigers will pick it up and get on the hunt. Can they get it up and keep it in? They can. It's going to roll out. 2:40 left here, 1-0 Tigers. So
That's the right idea on those free hits coming out of the circle, Rob. Take them as quickly as you can. Keep them up the sideline. Get them out of the middle of the field and away from Bouchard.
Higgins shakes away here from Matty Blaze, but Blaze back in the attack. That one flies across, and that's headed down to Harrison Avenue. Going to bring it way out.
So far, Rob, I think Coach Gallant's going to be more than satisfied from this quarter. If you take one quarter at a time, she's going to be more than satisfied this quarter.
Bouchard on the attack here, swings around. Ball deflects in, tries to get to connect with Higgins, and she does. Higgins shoots it wide. Good opportunity for Higgins from Bouchard, but went wide.
I think that's a perfect example, too, defensively. I think it was Maddie Blaze was on her and stayed tight on her, and it's awful difficult to get a straight shot on goal when you've got a defensive person real
What
tight.
do you do a shadowing technique on a?
You know, that's exactly what it's called, Rob. You shadow. We used to, my coaching philosophy, we shadow between the 25s, but inside the 25, you really play tight man to man.
You're trying to limit possessions if you can of a terrific player.
Right, and shadowing, what shadowing allows you to do, if you shadow correctly, you're going to keep the offensive player in front of you. You're not going to make a mistake with your stick, and you're going to take the ball away when the ball's off their stick. So that's the premise of shadowing, and we've got defensive players that do that on both teams that do that very well.
Bouchard had the interception. She got intercepted as well, dispossessed. Battle there. Bree Smith fighting for it for the Tigers. Spins around, trying to get a stick on. Now she does, and now she goes. Can she get through? Bree with a pretty move through the legs of the defender, and
it's a
Tigers
great sequence
ball
from Bree Smith.
Yeah. Tigers thinking the aerial here. They can't get it up. Can they keep it in? They do, but it's going to be chased down there. Knocked down by Smith. Smith.
Good look.
She's trying to get it ahead to Carter, who's got the goal. Comes out to Sousa. Sousa throws it through into the circle. Tigers fight for it. Continue to fight.
Good pressure.
Good pressure by the Tigers. This has been a back and forth, coach, as you said. And we will finish the first quarter. You see the score, the Gardiner Tigers. They're ahead in this one over the undefeated Lawrence Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. More from Hopefield after this.
Pride, tradition, and excellence are long-standing hallmarks of Gardiner Tigers athletics. Burke's Roofing and Masonry is likewise proud of our tradition of excellence. Our team of professional roofing contractors has more than 40 years of combined experience, as well as the training and knowledge to get the job done right the first time. We are proud to be a second-generation family-owned and operated business. Call us today for all your roofing and masonry needs. Started by the Corliss family in Pittston in 2019, the Corliss Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road, on the right off Route 27, we are committed to providing outstanding products at a fair price. We offer a variety of products for all of your needs. At Corliss Gravel Pit, our loader is always ready and on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available. And we offer discounts on large quantities as needed. We also offer plowing and sanding services during those tough Maine winters.
Corliss Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
Back for second quarter action here. 15 on the clock. The Tigers 1-0. Tigers goal. Addie Carter with an assist to Sousa. So Gabby made the clear in. She turned the defense back into offense and set up Carter. And then it's been a downhill run here for Lawrence, and the Tigers have held up defensively, and Tigers had a good offensive thrust towards the very end.
Yeah, if we take a look at the stats in the first quarter, Rob, Gardiner had only 2 shots on goal and 1 penalty corner. Lawrence, towards the end of that, had 4 shots on goal and 4 penalty corners, but the Gardiner defense, led by Maddie Blaze and Rayleigh Gilbert, have really done a great job inside the circle.
Yeah, and I think it was Dewey Clary you said had a stop in behind as Clark came out, made the kick out save, and it went in back in again, and Dewey was there to Dewey it out. Higgins trying to fight for it. Said her name a lot as they've gone down this near side to Higgins a lot, one of the premier players in the state as well.
She's got, as we said in the beginning, she's got 10 goals and 10 assists, so she's dangerous anytime she's anywhere near the circle.
Looks like she's going to do the insertion again. She'll come across. 5th corner, Coach, if I'm correct?
Yes, it is.
They like to go to Bouchard, number 4. She's got the bomb. Pass over. Teed up. Clark came way out. High stick by the Tigers. So I think that was off the stick of Stewart. Near side insertion. Just outside the circle, self pass.
Oh, nice.
Bouchard got a good opportunity and a great defensive play by, is it Clary?
Yes, it is.
Play on, hit the side of the net, of the cage. You hear the clunk. Turned out to be a beautiful evening here. Not so pleasant afternoon, but Halldale Soccer was pleasantly surprised as they tied Monmouth. Monmouth had only given up 3 goals on the season, gave up 1 today. That was enough for 1-1 tie. So, we've had some good action already here in Muncie Media. That was a challenge out in the rain. Chris Wheeler running the camera out undercover, shooting blind. He couldn't see anything because we had the camera covered up with a big plastic thing. So, good connection there. Some pretty fancy stick handling in the circle and a threat. Tigers now. So the Tigers have really packed it in. Is that what you'd call that, Coach, defensively? Really kind of packing it in inside the zone to put a line of defense up?
Yes. I mean, what they're doing tonight that I know Coach has been working on for weeks is for every kid to pick up their mark. And very often with high school kids, you've got 2 kids picking up their mark and 1 that's not, and that invariably the shooter becomes the kid that's not marked. So Gardner's doing a great job picking up their marks inside the circle and playing very tight defense on them. So it's taken away a lot of the quality shots that Lawrence might have taken.
Bree Smith with some fancy stick work herself. Here comes up the near side. She's in deep, dispossessed. Here comes the Bulldogs. But that was Nichols with a nice play there. She turned it back offensively for the Tigers. Stewart across the way, far side. Tries to use her body to shield off the defender, and she does that well, pulls it back out. Looking to drive it through, can. Tigers step into it. Now the Tigers with a run. They'll turn the field here, and it'll come all the way back up. Deep. Tigers throw it ahead. Tigers with an opportunity with numbers. in the circle. Tigers battle. They got to.
Put it in.
They're scrambling. They're still scrambling. It's still loose.
Wow.
And now out. So that was a great opportunity for the Tigers. Everything but put it home. They'll get a corner out of it.
And maybe some people wondering why there wasn't a call there. As long as the official on that side, and we have Anita Thomas, who's one of the best in the state, as long as she can see the ball and the ball's playable, there'll be no call. Unless, obviously, there's an infraction of some sort. But as long as it's playable, it's going to continue.
Comes in, Tigers on the inside. Teed up. A drive goes wide. So Tigers got what they wanted. Who'd they get it to? Cleary? Was that Cleary they got it out to on the corner?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So she's got a big stick.
Yes, she does.
She can let it go. Good defense by the Tigers, out of bounds. Higgins now. Higgins will leave it. Drove through. Chased down. Tigers on the hunt. Natty Blaze and Maddie Niles went down. And that'll roll out. Tiger ball. 9-12. It's going to come out for a Lawrence hit. No start play. Robinson trying to thread it through. Can't do it now. Tigers with a run. All alone up the left side. Waiting for some help. Addison Carter, she's got the goal. Carter got two defenders now. Trying to turn it. She does. Can she get possession? Dispossess. Some good defense back there by the Bulldogs. Tigers will try to drive it back in. They can't. So some really good defense back by the back line.
Yeah,
South pass.
Jasmine Johnson did a great job defensively.
Niles. Ooh, somebody with a dangerous stick there. So you see how quickly it can turn on turf as Maddie Niles picked up the loose ball down the near side, went on the screen down the right side, and got another corner, penalty corner. About 6 or 7, Coach?
We are at 7, absolutely.
Comes in. Can they tee it up? Sousa tried to step around, a glove save and a beauty, kicked out. Tigers couldn't possess. So on the quick turn, now Tigers look to go. Try to beat the defenders. They can. Ball's loose. Right in front.
Again, Jasmine Johnson comes up from the back and plays very, very tight defense. Picked up a nice ball on the sideline.
Down to Higgins. Higgins through the defender. Higgins has got some speed. Nifty stick work by Higgins. Looking to spin around and get it on the stick side. She's going to reverse hit. Won't get through. Loose ball here. Kick out, saving a beauty by Clark. That was a tester. Out front. Clark's way out. And Tigers clear it. Well, you saw Cassidy Clark come out, and she played her position perfectly and took the shot. She's playing with a great deal of confidence, Coach McNally.
She is. She plays out high, too. She comes out a little higher.
Yeah.
It would make me a little nervous, but she comes out and plays that very well. She took those shots, had the angles covered, took those shots very well.
Robinson tried to get it through. Lawrence keeps the pressure on, but it doesn't get through. Nice deflection by Ray Gilbert. I heard her call him Ray. So Tiger ball now. So she goes by Ray. I love it. So we got some action here. 6:06. Stay with us. At halftime, we'll review the goal. That one's sailed wide. Right that's headed out to the football practice field. That one had a little get up on it.
We saw the quickness of Cassidy Clark in that last series, too. The first shot that she took was a bullet coming from the top. I think it was Stewart. And then she had to quickly come over to her left to pick up the one from Bouchard. So there's some good quickness in Cassidy Clark.
Tigers trying to get through. They can't. Bouchard with it here. She looks to drill it home, but can't. Tigers possess. Clary throws it up to an open wing. Across the way. Ball comes out here to the middle of the field now. And Tigers are looking to connect with Smith, and they do. Bree spins. Comes out to the side. Trying to get through the defender. Can't do it. There's some good defense played there by Elizabeth Cromit. Smith for the Tigers couldn't possess, and Higgins is now trying to get the offense going. She's got Maddie Niles ahead, but Tigers with some good defense as well. Bouchard. She's tracked. Bouchard draws a bevy of defenders. She can find somebody. There'll be somebody open. Nice stick work there. Tigers take it off safely to the side. Can it stay in bounds? It does. Smith does a good job. Backtracks, tries to throw it through the defender's legs and pick it up on the other side. She gets the advantage. Thrown out to the middle. Quickly on the attack, not able to generate, was Addie Battis. Driven through, and they'll let that one roll, and it will roll. 3:54. Only the one goal. It belongs to the Tigers.
Got a good battle going in midfield, too, with Dewey Clary and Hope Bouchard. Hope Bouchard comes in highly respected, as we said in the pregame. She's got some great stick work, controls a lot of the midfield, but Dewey stepping up today and playing very well for the Tigers, doing some of her own control.
Yeah, Dewey doesn't take a back seat to anybody when it comes to tenacity. She is probably the perfect matchup for the Tigers to go on the very talented Hope Bouchard. Tigers looking to control. They'll go to Smith over here on the near side. Smith. Some nice stick work, trying to get it over to Carter. Couldn't do it. Sousa's going to come back and get back on the defense. Kind of a sweep pass. Go to the Tigers.
The longer the Tigers stay in this too, Rob, the more confidence they're going to gain. I'm sure they were a little nervous coming in against the number one team, but boy, they are playing steady and they're playing strong, and the more they can get down into their offensive end, the more confidence they're going to gain.
Aerial by Blaze. Bounces true. Thrown back up. Sousa steps in. Ball gets by her, but good back coverage there. Maddie Niles. Some tricky maneuvers from Maddie. Takes the hit quickly. Trying to connect with Higgins. To try to get it back to Niles. They can't do it. Now the field is open. Back out to midfield. Good solid defensive work that time by Jasmine Johnson. You mentioned her a few times. She's solid back on that back line for the Bulldogs.
And then return, Gardiner had a double team on that with a backup that picked the interception up. A great play defensively.
Clary got her through. She knocked down a couple of sticks to get that one through with the big hit. Backed off Nichols. Trying to throw it through. Can't. Sousa's going to defend now. Quick hit goes to Niles for the Bulldogs. This has been a very fast-paced game. 1:14 left.
I think both these teams realize the advantage you can gain by taking these free hits quickly. And both teams play that well.
That's exactly what Higgins is doing. Back on the attack, throws it in front. Deflects out. Ball's loose in front. The shot, the kick out. Another shot, another kick out save, and goes wide. Boy, what an exchange there. And Cassidy Clark shall not be beaten yet. Some point-blank shots by the Bulldogs, and Clark kind of playing a little like Clark Kent. Have to see if she's got an S on underneath that shirt tonight.
She certainly looks like she does tonight.
Good for her. That one's going to be drilled down, and them Tigers can probably take this 9 seconds and slow trot it out. Make a safe hit or none at all, and that will do it. So we have played one half here from Hoke Field in Gardiner. The Gardiner Tigers out ahead of this one over the Lawrence Bulldogs. You see the score, 1-0. Well, we're going to hear from our sponsors. A lot of people say to us all the time, how do you do all these games? Well, we have a loyal bunch of not only local sponsors, but anchor sponsors, and they're the ones that keep all of our streams free. So we will hear from them right now.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardiner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home. At Randolph Hardware, our game plan is simple. We offer way more than just hardware, but it all starts with a promise. We have what you need and always with a smile. We have a huge selection of paint, plumbing, electrical, and gardening supplies to help you complete simple projects to major home renovations. We also offer a rental center, factory authorized power equipment repair, and the best tool selection around. So stop in today and let the Randolph Hardware team help make your project a winner.
Hi, my name is Shayna Epperson and I'm with Atlantic Youth Sports, Inc. and we operate out of Gardiner, Maine. We strive to bring young athletes to the game of basketball, volleyball, softball, and lacrosse. We also bring our principal cores, 3 of them, of teamwork, we bring respect, and we bring confidence.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Gruber. I've been with Shayna for 6 years. AYS has brought me to be a physically and mentally stronger person on and off the court. I've also met some of my lifelong friends through this amazing program.
You can become part of our family by visiting us online at www.aysinc.org, or you can email us at aysincinfo@gmail.com.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the Gosline Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
At a family's time of loss, making arrangements with those you know and trust can lessen the burden so you may better focus on preparations and services. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care's network of long-established, family-managed firms is here for families like yours, providing experienced and compassionate service throughout Central Maine. They are Lowry Brothers and Wheeler Funeral Homes in Fairfield and Oakland, Knowlton and Hewins and Roberts Funeral Homes, serving Augusta and Winthrop, and Staples Funeral Home for families in Gardiner, Maine. Each staff is experienced at accommodating the unique needs of the families we serve, as well as pre-arranging services for individuals. All of the Family First locations stay true to our traditions and commitment to the communities we've served for decades. Together, we join with you to celebrate lives well lived. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care, where your family is our family.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
At our firm, we have the client and only the client in mind. Our mission is to get to know and understand your needs, wants, and long-term goals. We want to help you develop, implement, and monitor a strategy that's designed to address your individual situation. We understand the challenges families face today. From managing debt to saving for college to retirement, these personal finance challenges can be overwhelming. Our commitment is to utilize all of our resources to help you pursue your goals. We believe in thinking out of the box, and we are not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom in our approach to financial services and preserving wealth. All of our energy, commitment, and efforts are focused on you, the client, and your satisfaction.
We welcome you back here to Hoke Field. It's been a great game between two terrific field hockey programs. Only the one goal to show so far tonight. And the Gardiner Tigers own the goal.
If you take a look at the stats, Rob, it certainly bears that out. It's Lawrence's offense against Gardiner's defense at this point, except for that one goal. Gardiner's had 4 shots on goal. Lawrence has had 13. Penalty corners, Gardiner's had 2. Lawrence has had 7. Cassidy Clark has come up huge for Gardiner time and time again. She's got 11 saves. But we also have to mention the backs and the middies have got 3 goal line saves for Gardiner as well. I think Maddie Blaze got 1 and Dewey Clary got 1. And the goal, Gabby Nicholson for Lawrence has only had 3 saves. So Gardiner's got to step it up a notch, I think, offensively and at the same time continue this defense that they're playing, because they are playing very, very tight on all of the offensive players for Lawrence.
So we'll take a look at the goal here. Sousa's making the play out front. She's going to wheel it through. And eventually it's going to come in. And Addison Cotter gets the goal. Tigers had other opportunities as well, but Coach McNally told you the defense for the Tigers has held up, and I don't think you'll see any panic in this Bulldog team here at all. They're a veteran team.
I'm sure that Coach Robinson told them at half. They've had some shots, but they've also had several that have gone wide. So they've got to redirect their shots in the center of the goal cage to try to get that second one down. Cassidy's had great success stopping the first one, but they got to get that. Lawrence has got to get that rebound in.
Yeah, and the thing you mentioned about Cassie Clark is she comes out really high,
She does.
and so you wonder if Lawrence might go to school on that and say, listen, if we're getting some shots on her, let's get somebody down low by the post, and instead of taking the return shot on her, we'll just try to feed it down that way.
Exactly.
Of course, the Tigers have been good there. We saw Dewey Cleary knock one out, so. We'll have to see how this half plays out, but you know what? We got ourselves a terrific night of field hockey, and just look at how far we've come here in a couple of years when we weren't able to get the kids out and they weren't able to practice and all that stuff, and now we have the beautiful turf here, which makes for a great game, and I'll probably stay up late tonight till maybe 9:30, Coach. I'm so excited.
Oh, shoot.
So Tigers look to turn it. If you're just joining us, Tigers in white. They're going left to right. Bulldogs in the blue. I didn't check with my color-coordinated Munzing media consultant, Chris Wheeler, on the color there, whether I got blue. He says he gives me a thumbs up. I did okay. A lot of you folks know I'm colorblind. I'll put some of the weirdest colors out there. Somebody be like red and I'll have green out there or something like that. It's crazy. But we got it tonight. We're just looking forward to a great second half of play here. As we said, we don't expect any panic here. Maddie Niles has had a good game for herself, as she has been one of the offensive forces here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, she's played very well.
Yeah,
That forward line is very talented.
Yeah, Niles, Higgins, Bouchard, getting the job done.
Stewart, right.
Stewart,
they are very, very strong. And Coach Robinson said that coming in. She had 11 kids coming back from the regional game last year, so they're experienced. They know how to win ball games.
Tigers with an aerial that's effective. They're able to connect down with Addison Carter. Carter's got the goal. She get knocked down. Bouchard will spin around, but what's going to happen?
Ball went out of bounds.
Oh, the ball went out. Okay, so it'll be Lawns. It is one of the things, and it happens on all these multi-lined fields. Sometimes it's a little hard to keep track of things. Tigers on the take. Dewey Cleary getting it done. She'll take it back, and now she'll try to slide across in front. She does in the circle, and let's see. Tiger infraction. Lawrence ball coming out. Off a Tiger foot, probably. Nice stop there by the Tigers. Who was that? That was a great defensive play, getting
Taryn
down
Nichols,
low.
I believe.
Yeah, Taryn. Taryn's one of those multi-dimensional players, isn't she, Coach? For a sophomore, she can play offense, she can play defense, she's scored goals. But she plays right back there, and she's at that position there. I'm not sure what it's called. You probably know the position, but it's one of those hybrid offensive and defensive positions.
Right, she's playing midfield. And doing it very well, as we said initially. From what I understand, Taryn's a very smart, intellectual player, game player, knows the game well, has a family of players, so she's seen this game since she was walking. But is a student of the game itself, very quiet kid, but very, very studious. And very talented. By the time she's a senior, she's going to be one that the state will be watching, I'm sure.
Bouchard, she's back out quickly. Dispossessed. Sousa with a spin around move. Trying to keep it, and she gets it. Gabby's got a big shot from there. She can cross it if she can. She drills it in.
Oh.
That was a fake.
Yeah.
In front, Tigers worked out.
Okay.
Sometimes those misses work out. How many decks for cover and you miss it, and nobody's there when you put it back in. So Tigers will get their first penalty corner here of the second half, and only one of several they've had in this game.
One of three. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Sousa up on top here.
Sousa's right in the middle.
Oops.
Comes in, and it
Little
kind of
mistake.
got kicked out. High stick. Yeah, that one kind of was a fluffernutter. That a field hockey term, Coach?
Yes,
Fluffernutter? It
yes,
is now.
yeah.
But Tigers, hey, if you can't score, get another corner. Here they go. This time they executed better on the insert. The windup. In top corner. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Wow. And running ahead of the pack is Maddie Niles. Niles on the breakaway. Niles comes in. Pass Collins. She can't get it yet. And goes wide. Wow. That was a sequence. The Tigers took a shot that went top corner, and it was dangerous, Coach. Is that?
Yes.
Dangerous hit. And Niles read the whole play, and she took off all the way down the field. They hit her with a through ball, and she went one-on-one on Cassidy Clark.
Clark came out, cut the angle off, went down low, and which is all she's got to do. After that point, it's up to her defense to get behind her. So
And
she
they did
played that
scramble
exactly
back.
Right.
Bouchard with it on the insert. Sousa's right on her, but Bouchard turns, fires, and scores. Boom. So they didn't score on the long play, but they scored off the corner, penalty corner. Bouchard didn't get it originally, but she took it to the right, and then she went right and shot back left. A beautiful shot by Bouchard. You're going to see it right here. Self passes into the circle, winds up, and goes far side. No shot for Cassidy Clark to make the play.
Those are difficult. Penalty corners are difficult because you're outnumbered offensively. Defensively, you don't have the same number of people on the line, so to cover everybody. But Bouchard carried that very, very well to the right, which is her strong side, anybody's strong side in a penalty stroke, and a great, strong shot from that side. Beautiful execution.
Yeah, we want to warn. Stupid scammers are out. Don't leave here. Had one of our families down at Central Maine Community College get scammed because I couldn't do the game the other night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so these scammers put something out and they clicked on it. Luckily, their credit card company called them immediately and said they wouldn't authorize it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that bit Dewey Cleary. So Tigers in a situation right here, Coach, they've got to be careful that they don't let the emotion get too high for them. Keep playing their game.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want to play in and try to make it hyperspeed because that's what Lawrence wants you to do. And Lawrence, of course, is going to have the momentum here now. They've scored with 7:45 and a moving clock at 1-1.
This is a good time. Not very often does a coach say to a player, just take your time on this free hit. And this next minute and a half is a good time to just kind of take your time on the free hit.
Lawrence, far side. And some contact. What's that signal, Coach?
I think there's a time. She's got a timeout for something. Well, she may have carded her. I didn't see it, but.
Yeah, it looks like something.
She's going to the naughty chair, yeah. She must have gotten carded for the push. There has been a little chippy.
Yeah,
I'm sure the officials went over at halftime. And
yeah, so who was that across the way? I didn't see who got. I think it was Maddie Blaze. Yeah, Maddie Blaze is off, so it'll be a corner. Tigers playing one down. Bouchard again, as you would expect. She drills it. That one doesn't get through. Lawrence trying to dig in.
It's Dewey again, I think, Coach.
And Clary's going to drill it out of bounds. come out on the track. So Addie Battis ran the ball down all the way to the track. Good job by her. Good sportsmanship shown. Yeah, these teams getting after it, but hey, it's Gardiner Lawrence. Holy cow! I mean, I've been doing this for like more than half a century, probably a century. Sousa can't clear it. Now the Tigers will get another chance. Rob Munsing, Mo McNally, Chris Wheel on the camera. Mo's helping Rob learn some more terms tonight in field hockey.
Fluffernutter, that was a good one.
Fluffernutter's a new one. That's when you go to make a big hit and it just kind of goes fluff, 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 another. Bouchard.
You made a good point a little while ago, Rob. Now we've got both teams that are on hyper speed, so we're going to see who stays within their own game. Doesn't get pulled out to long passes that have no intended receivers. We'll see who continues to play their game.
Bouchard trying to connect
for that
up.
long ball, aren't they?
And they get it. Higgins.
High stick.
Well, Higgins bled through, but they called on the high stick infraction. Lawrence, since their goal, has really turned up the offensive heat. It'll be Bouchard taking it quickly. She's trying to make some room for herself.
Nice play.
And it'll be a penalty corner. 5:09 left.
I think defensively, Gardiner's going to have to step back a little bit. Lawrence is playing that long ball very well, and they're seeing their wings on the outside come from the alleys to the inside of the field and receive those long passes. So we've got to make an adjustment to make sure that we've got somebody back there with them.
Ball came wide and over the end line. I connected with Maddie Niles on the insertion, and her shot wide. Welcome all our fans watching for both teams, both communities. Good crowd down below us. Of course, it's kind of funny because when we do, if we do football here, or soccer, I think, well, maybe soccer's got fans on this side, but football, obviously, down below, so you can kind of tell by the cheer what's happening here, but it's a little more difficult with both fans right down below us. Ariel knocked down out of the air, dangerous. Bouchard looking for the long one. Sousa knocked it down, and she's on it. Gabby Sousa, she's one of the very talented sophomores that we've seen this year, right, Coach? Just a sophomore for
Yes.
Gabby.
Remember, we saw her play when we were doing a St. Mary's game a few years ago, and we both commented then that she was a very strong player as an 8th grader and wondered where she was going because I think she grew up or lives in Chelsea or something.
Yeah, we offered her a full scholarship, Gardiner High School. That's how we got it.
Oh, you don't want to start that. Oh, gee.
Of course, anybody can offer all these kids. I use that, and everybody gets all wound up, but that's what happens. I mean, you can go, school choice, they can go anywhere they want in Chelsea. So we offer her the pizza award.
She's been certainly a nice addition to this team.
Snakes through. Well, I was excited to hear Ray Gilbert's a softball player. Add to that team. Drilled. And behind. Somebody's here for the Tigers. Dewey again. Dewey's.
I think that came off Maddie Blaze's stick and went behind her, and Dewey picked it up.
Tigers get the hit. See if they can sneak somebody loose. Battle at midfield. Bulldogs will win it over to Higgins. Allie Higgins has been a force tonight for the Bulldogs. Tigers trying to possess, but it's the possession arrow, if there was one, has turned to the Bulldogs. Now Tigers will throw it to the open area and try to chase it down. Here they come. Clary tries to throw it through. Stick on it. That was a good run by Dewey down the near side. Knocked back. Tigers had an opportunity, and out of nowhere comes Hope Bouchard. Bouchard through midfield. Runs right through the Tigers. One-person wrecking crew right there. Hope is a terrific athlete. We've seen her multiple sports. Great competitor.
She's showing her colors at second and third quarter.
Yeah, she's trying to take it over since she coached. Yeah.
Yeah, she's looking to take it to midfield.
Well,
she had a slow first quarter, but the second and third quarter, she's showing what she's made of. Certainly.
Well, I'm sure. That's tipped and wide. Tigers got a stick on that. Might have been Ray Gilbert. Now whistle. They're going to move it back as we tick down to 25 seconds. So I thought it was going to be Lawrence ball, but Tigers will just hit it out and clear it out. So one goal in that third quarter by the Lawrence Bulldogs to tie it up. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Should be an exciting fourth quarter here when we come back to Hoke Field after this.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at Cap.
Shouldn't have talked so soon. We had a little blip there, went out, but I think we'll be right back with you here. As we get set for fourth quarter action. So the two spots we ran there, there are sponsors who contribute to our player of the game. Northeast Nutrition Energy, Susie Brennan, Chad Partridge over at Caps's, and Glenn also over there. Fantastic. So we've got 1 quarter to decide this one as we're tied 1-1. 15 minutes back on the board.
We knew, Rob, coming in, we said this pregame, this was going to be a premier game in Class B, and it certainly has turned out that way. Gardiner has stepped up. Lawrence's offense has been one of those things that we've heard a lot about all season long, and they've shown their wares as well. So this is a great game. You mentioned at the beginning, Rob, about coaches watching. I just heard from Coach Mary Beth Burgoyne, who's at Winslow head coach. She's sitting in the comforts of her home under a blanket watching the game. She just said it was a great game.
Down the left side. Maddie Niles. Sousa got it deflected off her. Tigers will put it in play. Right at the Dowling sign. Stick battle. Tigers will take it to the side safely. And here they come. Can they get a run? It goes out of bounds. I think it went off of the Tigers, so it'll be Lawrence here.
Right idea. Right idea to feed that wing coming up the sideline. Nice change.
Tigers will chase it down. Bree Smith over there got it back, and she'll look for the return pass. Can she get it? No, it's knocked away, but they'll fight for it across the way. Smith can't keep it in. Goes down by the portable lights. Well, fortunately, I'm not sure who else has got night games here. I know football won't play here this weekend. They'll be down at Oceanside. We won't be streaming that. Oceanside streams, and they've got limited space in the press box, so there won't be any Muncie Media stream, but they'll post a link on their school district website, RSU something or other, whatever Oceanside is. You can find it. Google it. Don't call me. I can't help you. So it'll be Lawrence ball. 12:40 moving clock. You got to think a goal might do it here, Coach. Either side, right?
Well, it could. In an everyday game, it might. But with these two teams, you know, one goal might set the other team up. Those goals could come quick. You never know.
Nice play by Sousa. Throws it out. Right down in front of us. Lexi Morin. Haven't mentioned her much because she hasn't had to come up and make the play, but she did that time, and very solidly done by Lexi. Weave it into the zone.
Very good stick work. Maddie Niles took that ball laterally 15 to 20 yards. It came into the circle on the right side. Excellent stick work.
Reverse hit. Travels halfway down the field by Sousa. She's got a dynamite in that stick.
That can be a positive and a negative, Rob.
Yeah,
at this time of the game, you want those passes, long passes, to have intended receivers at the other end of them. A long pass sometimes looks good, but if you've got nobody on the other end to pick it up, then it just becomes almost useless. So you want to make sure in those long balls that you've got somebody up the other end that's going to catch it.
Ellie Higgins intercepted that. She's on the hunt. Out of bounds. So the second half has been predominantly played down in the Tiger defensive zone. They've pretty much hung on except for the one goal Bouchard had. She went left to right and then went far corner. Ever dangerous Hope Bouchard. She's in a battle with Sousa there. Tigers get the clear out. Trying to maintain possession, but dispossessed. And Sousa tried to roll it out, but right back it comes. Eddie Betty. Throw back out. Bouchard trying to get past Sousa. Can't do it. She gets double teamed. I think that's Clary across the way. They've been in a battle royale all night. Bouchard drives it through. And it snuck through. That bled all the way through. Knocked back. Ball's right in front, and now it comes out. Now Tigers on the near side. That was Emily Brown for the Tigers trying to come down the near side. Bouchard you track stick time, Coach, she'd be leading the league.
Yeah.
She got the ball on her stick a lot, as you would expect.
Right,
She's
and I'm sure
playmaker and a goal scorer.
exactly. That's by design. She is, the last 2 quarters has been controlling this midfield. Her one-on-one battles are exceptional. She very seldom loses those. Her individual stick work is excellent. She is a top caliber player, no question about it.
Another good defensive play by the Tigers and drill down.
But see, that's the ball we were talking about, Rob. It looks good, it comes down far, but we've got nobody on the other end to pick it up. We've got to stay in our passing game.
$8.50. Bouchard will step in. Changes field. Trying to connect with Allie Higgins over there. Higgins goes back and gets it. Lawrence ball across the way. They'll try to center it. Can't. Tigers intercept it. Tigers just can't generate a change of field to get set up. Maybe this will be it for the Tigers. They come up over midfield, far side. Smith with it, trying to go down the left side. I think it's Smith. We'll have to see. It's all the way across the side. This is Smith with it.
Right, and it might be Carter, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Addie Carter who's got the Tiger goal. $7.50 coming up to. Tigers intercept. Threaded through. Allie Higgins with it, far side. Higgins got a run. Comes down. Tigers step up on the D. You want to see who that is? Can you see who that is across the way, Coach? It's Megan Gallagher on the feistiness over there.
Yeah, we can't say enough about this defensive line for Gardiner. Gallagher and Rayleigh Gilbert, Dewey Clary, Taryn Nichols, Gabby Sousa. Those kids have played tremendous from the defensive 25 in.
Tigers trying to connect down and get out of the zone, but they can't. Higgins in front. Shot didn't get through. Tigers possess and try to get to the outside. They can't. Comes back in. Lawrence with the cross. And penalty corner called, where the Bulldogs are ever dangerous. We'll give you a good tight look at this one here. Which side's it going to? Okay, going to go to the left side.
You always got to keep an eye on number 4, Bouchard.
Yeah, she's the first one
somehow
here. So it'll come over.
It's coming back to her.
And back to Bouchard. She was going to drill it and just kicks out. What a save that was. Cassidy Clark. You know, sometimes you make great saves just by getting in position, Coach, and that's exactly, I think Cassidy just ran. She saw where the pass was going. She probably figured it was Bouchard, and she just ran to that post and took it off her body. What a save by Clark. Wow. That was a nice corner.
Oop, there's another one. Oop.
Battle in front. You can still see it. We're going to zoom in when we get that. Ball still loose. Yeah, stay in tight like that, Chris. And Tigers trying to get it out, can they?
I think Maddie Blaze had another goal line save at the back. As soon as Cassidy Clark went down, the ball went behind her.
Yeah, we gave you a look at it. As when we get these scuffles in front, we'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see them. Awful hard to cover all this turf with one camera, but that's what we'll do. Sometimes we lose the ball when it comes out, but in tight. Tigers. Sousa trying to get it. Kenche. Corner coming.
This is penalty corner number 11 on the game. Second one in the 4th quarter.
And they did score indirectly, I would say, off a penalty corner before. Came to Bouchard. She didn't get the shot off, but she went left to right with it and then drilled it home. So we'll see when number 4 lines up. She's going to be the near one right here. You see her, number 4, Hope Bouchard. And they'll come directly into her, and she'll try to wind it up, give it back.
Ooh.
Cross stick almost got through. Scramble in front. And went wide. Wow. 4:15 left in this one. Of course, we'll go overtime if we have to, and Coach will explain that. Not yet, but when we get there. That one's headed to the new Boys and Girls Club over there, so that was an aerial.
And there are no lights over there, so.
Well, this might be one of the purest games Coach ever played at Gardiner because of the skill of the kids in the turf.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sure. I know you played on turf away and with some great teams, and they won at turf. Where was the state championship that we won a couple of years ago? That was played down on turf, Yarmouth,
Yes.
or somewhere like that.
Yeah,
because they're all played on turf now. They're going to play the regional field hockey here at Hoke Field, the
November
ABC
2nd.
game.
That's a nice little get for Gardiner.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody covers that. If anybody's got the MPA contract for that. That was a good defense right there by the Tigers. Zach Gallagher stepping up. I can't see who it is. Yeah, that was Megan Gallagher. Stepped right up into the play, read it perfectly, and thwarted that. Tigers would like to get down, see if they can get a corner, because that's all it might take. But Lawrence doesn't want to let him. Maddie Niles swings it around. Out to Allie Higgins. She's wide. Higgins trying to cross it. Can't. Dispossessed. Tigers look to possess and clear it down the side. They do. And who to go out off? Tigers. Remember, our clock, time is official. Thrown through, and now another penalty corner. Dangerous time here for the Tigers. Good opportunity here for the Bulldogs. To come from the other side. I'm sorry, Coach, I spoke too soon. What do we got?
Ball went out of bounds.
Just went out of bounds.
Out of bounds off us, so it's Lawrence ball coming back in.
So to come back outside, be outside on the field about the 25-yard line. Just for perspective. Dispossessed. Here come the Tigers. See if they can get down over midfield. They'll throw it out. Now it comes over. Midfield. Tigers on the hunt. And not able to keep it in. That was a great effort. Somebody went tumbling over there. I think it was Addie Carter. 108. Tigers drill it down through. It leaks in. They'll chase it down. Carter on the attack here. Carter's got it. Bouchard with the hit. Tigers try to turn it back offensively. They do. In the zone. It's going to roll out. Under 35 seconds left. Clock official. One last opportunity maybe for the Bulldogs. They come up with 22 seconds left. Sousa steps in, as she has all night.
Good take to stop that run.
10 seconds. Pass back.
Oh, nice pass.
The shot deflected, and no time. Explain, Coach.
If there's a penalty corner called as time goes out, which it was, they have to play the penalty corner out. Now, in this particular case, what has to happen, the penalty corner will stop if Lawrence scores.
And the game's over.
The game is over. If if there's an infraction, the penalty corner will be replayed like it would be in a regular game. But they have to play this continually out. Gardner's got to either turn Lawrence into an infraction or get the ball above the 25.
Comes out.
Oh.
The shot goes wide. Play on.
There's another one.
And there'll be another penalty corner. So no time on the clock, but we're still in play. So the Tigers, as Coach explained, either a Lawrence infraction during play or clear it out to the 25.
And you'll see the entire Lawrence team, with the exception of the goalies, now up on the offensive end, which is huge as far as numbers.
Comes in. The shot deflected and kicked out.
That's it.
That's it. So an infraction on Lawrence during that, and the Tigers breathe a sigh of relief. Well, it's been a great game. Let's go overtime. Our second overtime game of the day. We had soccer early at Halldale. It went overtime, and it finished 1-1 in overtime. We're going to stay right here. Let Coach McNally talk you through overtime here with field hockey.
What we've got in regular season, it's a little different in tournament time, but in regular season, overtime consists of 2 8-minute sudden victory periods. First team to score a goal wins. The interesting part is they play 7v7. So you're going to take players off the field. It now becomes a short passing game and a running game. So your teams have got to be in condition. You've got to put your players out there that are very good passers and very good runners and decent defense. So you're going to see a tighter game, but it's 7-on-7 instead of 11-on-11.
Well, it really makes it a game for the skill kids in overtime, much like the NHL does in hockey when they do their overtime. So it should be an exciting, wide open affair. And as you said, you better have your running shoes tightened up here because there's a lot of field to cover. And
right, and it changes the complexion of the game, Rob. As you know, as you saw in this fourth quarter, we saw a lot of long balls from both teams. Lawrence took the long ball from their defensive 25, looking for Higgins and Niles up front. Well, you can't play the long ball now because you're going to lose control of it. So now it becomes a shorter passing game and a precise passing game in order to move the ball upfield. Because in a 7v7, you want to keep control of the ball.
yeah, possession.
Exactly.
Possession's
It's
everything.
huge.
So, at times, Coach, would you, you start and you get cut off, so do you see a little more back passing now than you might see to reset the offense and come back into the zone?
You do in highly skilled teams, yes. You certainly do, and there's an advantage to changing the sides of the field quickly. So if you can use that back, if it comes from the right side, use the back to go to the left side, changes the field very quickly, catches the opposing team sometimes back on their heels. So highly skilled teams on turf will use that quite a bit. I would envision that these teams will see a little bit of that. When you go to the college game, it certainly is a lot more evident.
So I'm just checking to make sure my time ending here on this is sufficient. So we can play till 9:30, Coach. I set the thing to go till 9:30 tonight. So play on. Well, we want to thank all the fine fans that we have send us nice comments about our coverage and all that. And, the thing that they mention so often is, we go to some of the other sites and, there's no replays and there's no graphics and they charge them. Not here at Munson Media. And why is that? Because we have tremendous sponsors. And we also have great viewers like you that, we haven't mentioned it at all, but folks are always donating. You go to the MunsonMediaSports.com and the little donate button there. And, after every game, I get a couple of folks that, they give a little donation, and that helps me pay for Chris Wheeler's new car that he's got to get since he just totaled his today. Poor Chris. Been handling it like an adult today. He's been talking to the insurance companies and this and that, and it wasn't his fault at all. Somebody pulled right out in front of him, poor kid. But we think he's going to come out better for it. So that's our hope. Right, Chris? Going to come out better. That's what we're hoping. So we got 8 minutes on the clock, and here we go. 7-on-7. We'll try to set the alignment for you to see who's out there for both teams. Reese Smith here on the near side. Dewey Clary's out there for the Tigers. Ray Gilbert also. Sudden death or sudden victory. And now that comes out. And who's on the chase?
Bree Smith looks like.
Bree trying to win the battle. She will. No, it'll be Bouchard will get it. That's going to deflect off a Tiger and down. Higgins comes in, sweeps it by open side.
Wow.
We'll be able to stay in tighter on the action here with just only the 7-on-7 players, so that'll help you at home see things. Tigers trying to get the advantage if they can. They can't turn back. In the feet. And now the Tigers can't get away from Bouchard. Hope drills it.
Ooh.
Deflected wide. Wow. I don't know who was by the goal post there, but it deflected off him. Is that a good, Coach, if it hits you like on the elbow or arm and deflects in? That's good, right?
As long as the official doesn't see it.
Not like hockey, where it's good.
Yeah, that was Ashton Stewart on the offside, and you'll see that a lot, especially on 7-on-7. Somebody will bring the ball in from the right, and they'll go to the opposite post, hoping they're unmarked.
The Tigers, Maddie Blaze with a dangerous hit there, so it's going to come back over inside to about the 25. Brought back out. Tigers attack it. Clock's way out, trying to get a pad on it. She does. Kicks it. Will it stay in? It will. Allie Higgins through the legs of Smith. Higgins trying to cross it. But Smith's got it. Got field. Can she get it ahead? Can't. Bouchard with it. Tigers trying to possess. And here comes Bree Smith. Kids are gassed, aren't they, Coach?
They should be after a game like today.
Yep.
I mean, this is, you can, unlimited subs. We see a sub coming in for going to come in for Gardiner. So you can use unlimited subs at this particular time too. But usually the 7-on-7 kids are kids that have probably played the entire 60 minutes of the entire game. So they are, in a game like today in 7-on-7, it's with it wide open like it is going to be tiring, no question about it.
Need to change on the fly like hockey. Dewey's got it. Clary trying to cross it. She does.
Nice pass.
Connects far side. Eddie Carter takes it deep. And if there is a corner, Coach, how do you do a 7-on-7 corner?
It's going to be depleted defensive kids. You're not going to have as many on the defensive line for a corner, but its setup is exactly the same.
Okay. 4:38, moving clock. I can't find where the ball is. I've lost it. Across that way. Who's got it?
Gabby's
Tigers
got
ball?
it.
Okay.
Gabby's got
So
it.
Sousa's got it. Here she comes. Gabby Sousa tries to drill it through. Doesn't get through. And now Sousa's trying to get back. And she does, but it'll be Lawrence ball. I don't know who's the Gardiner back defender, Coach. I can't see the number.
It's Maddie Blaze. Yeah, it's Maddie Blaze. She just turned. I just did see it.
Okay, so it's Blaze back all the way back into the circle. Tigers get it, and they get it out. Spun around by Bouchard. She's going to drill one. They'll let that play on. Goals open. And went wide.
Post.
Hit the post.
Holy cow. Gee.
Well, they say the goalie's best friend is a goal post.
Holy cow.
3:24. What a game we've had here from Gardiner. Wowee. Both these teams are going to go to playoffs, so there's nobody going home and not playing anymore, but fantastic play. So is this a penalty
Yes,
corner?
it's a penalty corner. You'll
All
see
right.
that there'll be 3 defensive people on the line with the goalkeeper. And
They'll play what, 6 up? 5 up.
They could play. They can play as
Fine.
many as they want.
Yeah, well,
yes, but
they're
they
going to
usually
have one
leave
back at the
back.
40. They'll leave somebody back, and looks like Elizabeth Cromert's going to stay back about the 30. They'll have Maddie Niles, Bouchard, Battis comes out. Tigers try to attack. A little give and go there. In front. Ball's loose. And we'll do a corner again. Tigers surviving. They need to play Eye of the Tiger by Survivor.
You're right, Rob. This is one of the best games I've seen at Gardner in a long time.
Comes in on the insertion. Last time they went give and go. Now they're going to try to get over to Bouchard. Bouchard going to wind up, let it go. It's a kick save and a beauty. Knocked it wide. Well, Cassidy Clark
I have no more superlatives for her today.
is, I can already tell you she's going to get the Capsa Pizza Player of the Game award, okay? I don't care what happens in this game. She has been something. What a game for her confidence, though, going down the stretch run. Lawrence continues to maneuver, and they'll get another corner.
It's a third penalty corner in overtime, and they've had 3 shots. Lawrence has had 3 shots. These are dangerous when you get down to this point, and you're right, everybody's tired.
He'll be on the near side here. Maddie Niles to do the insertion. Bouchard's right in here, direct line, you got to think. Hope will get it, and she will. Hope Bouchard tees it up, drills it. Ooh, and just wide. Wow. I saw that one headed in. I said, that's going to tuck in the near, the near side. Wow. And can the Tigers catch a break and go the other way? They do. Carter's got it. She's got the goal. That was a long time ago. But Tigers on the attack now. These kids are in phenomenal shape.
Oh,
Comes across.
Oh, right there, Bree.
Bree Smith with it, trying to get it.
Get yourself a corner.
Can't get it. Taken out of danger. Sousa with a good hustle play back. But she got in the way, and it's going to be threaded ahead. Allie Higgins with it. Higgins comes down through.
Nice defense, Maddie Blaze.
Maddie Blaze with the dispossession on the ever dangerous Allie Higgins. 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Comes back out. Bouchard's got it. She's going to drill it. The save and the goal with 4 seconds left in overtime. Clark made the initial save, but not able to get the rebound. We'll show it to you here. Cassidy Clark, as she has done all night, stood up to the initial shot. The initial shot's going to come from, I believe it's Bouchard. Here comes the winning goal. It's Bouchard right here. She tees it up at about the 20, lets it go. Deflected. There's the initial save. But nothing they could do about the rebound.
Oh, that was just a sharp shot.
And it came out the second opportunity, and Maddie Niles put it home for the game winner. Tigers hang their heads, but they got nothing to hang their heads about. A terrific game by the Tigers here on senior night, playing this very tough Lawrence Bulldogs, undefeated Lawrence Bulldogs team. Right to the wire. An overtime win for Lawrence, 2-1.
What a game.
In overtime. Coach, I'll give you some final thoughts on this as we ring into some of these awards that we're going to give out here. We've already told you the Capsa Pizza Award will go to Cassidy Collins.
Yeah, I think this is just, as you said, Bob, it's a great game.
Cassidy Collins. Wrong year.
I did that a couple years ago myself. It's a great game. Lawrence came in with 28 shots on goal, finished up, Gardiner with 9. But one of the important things is Cassidy Clark had 26 saves. 26 saves.
I mean, that's almost unheard of, right?
It was 21 saves. 21 saves totally. So Lawrence had 16 penalty corners to Gardner's 5. So it was Lawrence's offense playing against a terrific Gardner defense today. I mean, Gardner's defense showed up to play today. You couldn't have asked for a better game. Both coaches are going to come out of here feeling very good, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're going to feel better about your team because you just played a tournament game, right? I mean, you don't, you just don't always get an opportunity to play a tournament game. So we'll put up the Caps for Pizza Award because we know who that one's going to be. And then I'm going to let Coach McNally help us out here on the Northeast Nutrition Energy Player of the Game.
I'm going to stay in the defense, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm going to look at Maddie Blaze. I mean, she had 2 on the goal line that I saw that she saved, and she was continually in the fray and letting loose those balls coming out of the defensive end. So I go with Maddie Blaze as the defensive pressure player of the game.
Well, fantastic job by the Gardiner defense holding this very potent Lawrence. Scoreless in the first half. 1 goal in the second half, and then the one in overtime will be the difference. So Cassie Clark will get the Caps of Pizza Player of the Game, and we will award Maddie Blaze with the other. I got to get the first one off the screen. There we go. Maddie Blaze, Northeast Nutrition High Energy Player of the Game. Well, you could have given a High Energy Award to about 30 kids out here tonight, Coach McNally.
Oh, there's no question. Take a look at Gardner. I mean, Dewey Clary had a great game. Bree Smith had a great game. Addison Carter had a great game. There were some kids that showed up to play tonight on both sides of the team, right? Ashton Stewart and certainly Hope Bouchard for Lawrence, as well as Allison Higgins. She was integral in bringing the ball between the 25s from one end to the other. So it was a well-matched team, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if these two saw each other come tournament time again.
Yeah, you have to think they may have a date again, and that would likely be at the higher seed, unless it would be a regional final game that would be here at Gardiner. We will be hosting here with Bill Hogan. Your sister Kathy pointed out something, Kathy Gorham, how proud Bill Hoke would have been to, be seeing all this and what this has become. And, everybody that knew Bill, I didn't know him. It was before my time here. But my football coach at University of Maine, Wald Abbott, was his best man in his wedding. So I feel a little attachment. And, of course, all the great stories I've heard from you and Kathy and so many others have meant the world to us here in Tiger Town. And what we have here, we have this beautiful field that these kids just performed on fantastic tonight. So we're very glad that everybody was able to join us. Thank you, Coach. Fantastic job with this. And, this is a very potent Lawrence team, and we're going to be reading about them as the playoffs unfold. And the playoffs may unfold, as you said, with a rematch of these two schools. And if that's the case, I think the Tigers would take it. They'd be very, very glad to be that far along in the playoffs. So we want to congratulate all the seniors tonight. Just a beautiful senior night activity here, put on by the Gardiner Tigers. Sharon Gallant, the head coach, spoke lovingly and from the heart to her student athletes. And the game was the icing on the cake. The main thing is just it's so good for you and me to be able to see these kids out here again.
No kidding.
Getting a chance to play and, all the other stuff that we had to go through the past couple of years. And, things are back to normal. And don't forget, we'll have much more action here for you as the fall season unfolds. Pretty much off this week. We are picking up the senior night for the boys soccer team. They had to reschedule. That was a game we were going to do last Saturday. Transportation issues out of Coney. So they get that rescheduled for next week. So I think it's the 12th or 13th. I'm not sure. But whenever that is played, it's going to be a night game. We'll be here for that one. Chris will join me. And if you think I'm a novice on field hockey, wait till you hear me do soccer. So
there must be a fluffing out of play somewhere.
Yeah, there must be. There must be. Well, we want to thank everybody tonight. And, again, congratulations to both teams. The game of field hockey is the big winner tonight because these kids played a great game of field hockey. So I want to thank the coach, Coach McNally, and Chris Wheeler, who's gone down to give game of the Players of the Game awards out. I want to thank Chris for his great work this afternoon and also here tonight, doubleheader for him. So until next time on Munson Media, so long, everybody.